Video and audio calls are built into Microsoft Teams, but they're referred to as meetings. You can start a meeting on demand at any time, or you can schedule meetings for the future. In this movie, we'll focus on on-demand meetings. So to start a meeting, we'll use one of the buttons that we skipped over before. If you go to a text field to either reply to an existing thread or the text field down at the bottom to start a new conversation, one of the buttons below the text field is the camera button. That's where you'll go to start an on-demand meeting, and we'll hit that in just a second. But before that, I want to think about some important variables. The Meetings feature is one thing that you will not find on the mobile app, so you need to do this on a desktop computer. Also, at the time of this recording, you cannot do meetings in the web interface. That will probably change in a future update, but for now, I'm working in the desktop application, not the Teams website. When you do a meeting, it can be audio only or audio and video both. You can decide, and we'll see how that works in just a second. Of course, video meetings will only work if your computer has a camera built in. Most laptop computers and even some desktop computers have microphones and cameras built in, so you can just use those without any setup. If you are using a computer that does not have a built-in camera, you might consider using a USB webcam. They're fairly inexpensive, and they can work as a microphone, as a camera, or both. And generally, all you need to do is connect one to your computer, and then meeting applications like Microsoft Teams will be able to use them automatically without any additional setup. So I'm using a computer that already has a camera and a microphone built in, so let's jump in and see how this works. So I'm going to hit this Meetings button right here, and immediately it activates my camera. So you can see me here in the recording booth. You can see this microphone that I used to record the course. And we see a few controls here before we start the meeting. There is a text field here. You could add a subject to your meeting. I'm going to skip that for now. Down here, you can choose to turn the camera on or off. So if you want to do an audio-only meeting, you could turn your camera off. Then there's this other camera button, and you will not see this on all computers. I'm using the Microsoft Surface, which has a front-facing camera and a rear-facing camera. So you could switch which camera you want to use, but clearly I want to stick with the front-facing camera. There's also an option here to schedule a meeting, which is a topic I want to go into in a separate movie. In this movie, I want to focus on the on-demand meetings, so we're just going to skip that. And we'll just hit this button that says Meet Now. And after a moment, we'll see I'm in a meeting. But I'm in this meeting alone. There are no other participants in the meeting yet. We're going to add somebody in just a moment. Now, I can see over here on the sidebar on the left, there's a list of the other members of this team. So whichever team I chose when I created this meeting, these are the members. Now, if I started the meeting from replying to an existing conversation thread, then the people who are already active in that conversation would be in a separate category here. And of course, this is a category of the people who are currently in the meeting, which right now is only me. Now, before I invite somebody else to join this meeting, I want to take a look at somebody else's screen. So I'm going to jump over to another computer that belongs to one of the other people on my team. Now we're looking at another computer where my coworker Leah is signed into Microsoft Teams. She can see that this meeting is in progress. It's just listed here in the conversation thread. And if she wanted to, she could join that meeting. She could just hit this join button and jump in. So when you have a meeting in Teams, everybody else in that channel can see that the meeting is in progress, and any of the team members could jump in. We're not going to do that yet. Also, notice that we can see the initials or the picture of the people who are currently in the meeting. So you can see the picture up here, and if there were multiple people in the meeting, you would see them all lined up here in the top right corner. Right now, there's still only one person in that meeting, so we only see the picture for that one person. So anybody could join in, or I could invite somebody to join. So I'll do that. And for that, we're going to switch back to my screen. So now I'm back on my computer and I have the meeting active and I'm alone in the meeting. So now I want to invite somebody else to join the meeting. So of course, I'll refer to the list over here on the left side of the people who are in my team. I could just click on somebody's name to invite them, but if this list were really long, I could use the search field and sort of filter it down just by typing in somebody's name. But I can see the person who I want to invite. I want to talk to Leah, so I'll just click on her name to invite her. So now she will get a notification pop up on her screen, sort of like a Skype notification, and in a moment she will accept that call and it will connect us. Hey, Leah, can you hear me?
Yes. Hi
All
there,
right.
Nick.
Hey, thanks for helping out.
No problem.
So, an important thing we want to talk about here, the call is now active, my camera is active, and we can hear each other, but Leah's camera is not active. So what I want to do is move my mouse cursor around here on the screen, and you get these on-screen controls. So currently, Leah's camera is disabled, so she can just click this button to enable the camera. So can you do that? Can you enable your camera?
Sure. 1 second.
All right. So you can enable or disable your camera, and there she is. You can also mute your microphone by clicking on this little microphone button. And then, of course, when you're finished with the call, you can hit the hang up button. Now, from here, we can just have our meeting. I could even invite other people to join the meeting, or if people saw the meeting in the conversation thread, they could join from there. But Leah, I think that's the important things that we wanted to see, but I'd like to see what happens when somebody calls me. So can we hang up and just have you call me right back?
Yeah,
All
sure.
right, great.
See you in a
Thank you.
sec.
So I'm going to hit the red button to hang up, and now that meeting is finished. And now I can see there is a line in the conversation thread that says that that meeting happened. So other people can see that a meeting happened, and they can see who was in that meeting. And that's going to stay there in the conversation thread. So in a moment, I'll see that Leah will start a new meeting, and I can see that appears here in the conversation. And now there's the invitation. So I'm going to hit join, and that will connect us again. And there we are. Cool. So I think that's it. Thanks for helping out.
Yeah, no problem.
So this was pretty easy. So yeah, we're all finished. So we can just hit the hang up button, and I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Cool.
Bye, Nick.
Thanks. Bye. And now that meeting is finished. And of course, we have another line here saying that that meeting happened. So that's really all you need for on-demand meetings in a conversation in Teams. Now you can also initiate a meeting through the Chats interface. This is what you would do if you do not want the meeting information public to the entire team. So for that, I'm going to go to the chat interface over here on the left side, and I want to start a new chat. So I'll hit the compose button up here in the top right corner of this column. And since I want to talk to Leah, I'll do a quick search for her, finds her there, and she's going to be the only recipient here, so I'll send a quick message. And in a moment, she'll respond to that. So we can start with a regular text conversation like this. But in this chat window, we have buttons up here in the top right to start a meeting. So I could invite her to a video meeting or to an audio-only meeting right from here. And if I wanted to add other participants, I could click on this button, and I could search for another person on my team, and we could start that meeting with multiple people. And that's it. You can start a new on-demand meeting at any time, and if your teammates are available, you can send them an immediate invitation to join. It's sort of like walking around your office and deciding you want to go into a conference room and have a quick meeting on the spot. Just like meetings are vital to communicating with your coworkers in a physical office, video-based meetings through Microsoft Teams are going to be a very important method for communicating with your teams online. In another movie, we saw how to start a meeting on demand at a moment's notice. But at some point, you will probably want to schedule a meeting in advance. Scheduling a meeting can be done from two places. Just remember, at the time of this recording, meetings only work in the desktop application, not in the web version. So first, in a normal conversation channel, if you click on the Meetings button underneath a text field, you can start a new meeting, and we could just go into an on-demand meeting, but there's also a button here to schedule a meeting. So if you click on that, you get to the interface where you can create the scheduled meeting. This looks very similar to scheduling any calendar appointment. For now, I want to close this because I want to see the other way of getting to that. If you go over to the buttons on the sidebar on the far left, you can click on the Meetings button to go to the Meetings category. And this is a list of all of the meetings I have scheduled for this week. Currently, I don't have any scheduled, but I'm going to schedule one now. Down at the bottom of this column is a button to schedule a meeting, and we get that same window to create the new meeting. So let's get it all set up. I'm going to fill in the information here. The name of this is going to be Strategy Meeting. Next, we need to choose which channel this meeting is going to exist in. I can open up this menu. I'm just going to go into my web development team, and I'm going to put this in the site engineering channel. Then there's the option for location. We could put in information about a physical space, but I'm going to leave this set to Microsoft Teams meeting. This is going to be an online video chat. Then I want to invite people. So I'm going to click on this field and I want to invite Leah. So I'm going to start typing her name. It performs a search and I can just select her here. And I can add as many people as I want to this meeting. Then I can set the date and the time. I'm going to leave the date and the time the same. This is going to work for my example. That's fine. And then I've got information I can fill in here, some details. I could type in a description, but you can see how this works. So for now, I'm just going to hit schedule a meeting. And now that meeting is on my schedule. It jumps me back to the channel that I used when I set this meeting, so I can see that meeting appears here in the conversation. But if I go back to the meetings button on the far left, I can see that meeting is now here on this list. And because I invited Leah, this meeting is on her list in Microsoft Teams as well. Also, if you use Outlook Mail and Calendar with your Office 365 account, then you'll see that meeting in Outlook as well. So I'm going to go to the Outlook application, or you could go to the Office 365 website and look at your Outlook calendar from there. Now, when you go into Outlook, you'll probably be in the email view by default, but I want to go over to the calendar view, and I can see this meeting has now been added to my calendar, along with all of the other appointments on my Outlook calendar. But let's jump back into Microsoft Teams, and we can see this meeting is here on the list. Now, of course, everybody invited to the meeting will see this on the list, but because I'm the person who created the meeting, I have this edit button. The other people will not see that. So I can hit this edit button and I can make changes to the meeting if I want, or I can cancel the meeting. But for now, I'm just going to hit close and stick with the settings that we have. So now when the scheduled time comes, we can all join this meeting. In fact, we could choose to join the meeting early if we want. There's really no problem with joining a meeting early. So all I really need to do is hit this join button. So I'll do that now, and that will open up the meeting interface and it will connect me. And I can see that Leah is already in the meeting. Hey, how you doing?
Hi, good. Hey, Nick.
But you don't see my video right now, do you?
I do not.
So I'm going to move my mouse cursor to bring up the on-screen controls, and we can see when I joined this meeting, my camera was disabled. So I'm just going to turn that on just by clicking on that button. And in a moment, my camera will come alive. And now you can see me, right?
Yes.
All right. So I'm just going to close this little message right here. And I think that's really all we needed to do. Leah was already in the meeting, and then I joined, and we started the meeting right here. We didn't have to wait until 2:30. We could have, but we decided to start the meeting early. Cool. So thanks for helping out again.
No problem.
Cool. I'll talk to you later.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
So I'll hit the hang up button here, and I'm out of the meeting. Now the meeting is done, and I can see there is some information about the meeting here in my conversation channel, and it's asking me to rate the call quality. I could give a little rating here, and they can use that to improve the software in the future with updates. So Teams is all about communication, and sometimes face-to-face, real-time conversations are the best option. Now you can schedule meetings with your teammates right inside of the Teams interface. Sharing files with your teammates in Microsoft Teams is pretty